He even occasionally leaves behind traces of water where he's been seen.
Ooh.
Leading people to speculate that he may be the ghost of someone who drowned. Welcome to this episode of the You Two Scare Me podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Andy.
And I'm Felice, and we are coming to you from Key West, Florida.
So
we are so grateful for your support, and you can show us even more love by supporting us on Patreon. We have 2 membership tiers, one for $5 and one for $10, and every Patreon member gets an episode shout out and other perks. To join our Patreon, check out the link in the show notes, or you can just search us on Patreon.
Yeah, just look for You Two Scare Me podcast in the search bar.
If you are just joining us for the first time, we are 2 silly, spooky friends who love summer, as we said, hauntings, cryptids, and anything weird or unexplained.
Indeed. Despite our deep love, we know we don't know anything or really understand what's happening with any of this weird stuff.
Nope. But we do have a deep respect for the unknown and unseen forces at work around us. During our episodes, we make sure to keep it light and laugh to make sure that it doesn't get too crazy spooky.
We hope to bring you stories that make you question everything, check under the bed, and give you a chill.
But a quick warning before we begin, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Our tales are drawn from folklore, history, and reported experiences, but we don't claim them as fact. Some stories, like this one, may include sensitive topics, so listener discretion is advised.
Dive into the shadows with us as we bring you haunting tales in this episode of the You Two Scare Me podcast.
Shall we dive in?
So, with the start of summer, I got to thinking about my summers as a child. As you know, I grew up in landlocked Pennsylvania. But for most of my childhood summers, we would load up the car, drive to Ocean City, Maryland, because I had a wonderful aunt and uncle who owned a condo there and would graciously allow us to stay there for a couple of weeks.
Oh, that's so cool.
I have so many great memories. After that, we'd often board the ferry in Delaware, it's really close, and go to the charming little town of Cape May, New Jersey, before going to visit my aunt and uncle at their full-time home in New Jersey.
Okay.
Today, we are going to travel back to one of my childhood locations. We're going to visit the most haunted seaside town in America, Cape May, New Jersey.
Ooh, that's a big Coast Guard town.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Have you ever been to Cape May?
I have not.
It is so beautiful. It is a place where the ghost stories aren't just legends. They are documented, recorded, and even on tape.
Ooh.
It isn't just a town with one creepy house or a legend attached to it. This is a town where almost every building has a story. So let's get to know Cape May.
Okay.
Cape May sits at the very southern tip of New Jersey where the Delaware Bay meets the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean. It was already a resort destination by the 1700s.
Wow.
So the 1700s, you know, like we weren't even a country.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But wealthy people from Philadelphia were making the trip south to vacation at Cape May's beaches. So it genuinely is one of the oldest resort towns in North America. By the 1800s, it was the destination for the East Coast elite. We're talking presidents, like multiple sitting presidents, like Franklin Pierce, James Buchanan, Ulysses S. Grant, and Benjamin Harrison reportedly summered there.
Oh, wow.
It's even said that Abraham Lincoln visited. So it's kind of like the Hamptons of the 19th century, but with better architecture.
Okay.
So as I mentioned, the town itself is gorgeous. It's picturesque. It's 18 square blocks of these incredible Victorian houses. Picture pastel painted porches, ornate gingerbread trim, wraparound verandas on every corner.
Oh, that sounds so pretty.
It's so pretty. The entire town is a National Historic Landmark. In Cape May, there are more preserved Victorian structures there than anywhere else in the entire United States. So, Cape May was and is an incredible sight to see. But a fire happened.
Always. It always happens.
There's always something. On the night of November 9th, 1878, a fire broke out near the Ocean House Hotel in the center of town. Now remember, it's 1878, so there's no modern fire departments, and the buildings are made almost entirely of wood.
Of course.
It just so happens on this night in November, the wind off of the Atlantic was terrible. So within hours, the fire had consumed more than 40 acres of Cape May.
Oh, wow.
That night, hotels, mansions, boarding houses, homes, businesses, and Congress Hall, all of the buildings that defined the town, were burned to the ground. One of the most beautiful resort towns in America was reduced to ash and rubble overnight. And here's a detail that lingers. The cause of the fire was suspected to be arson.
Ooh.
A man named S.R. Ludlam, who owned property nearby, was accused of setting the fire, but was ultimately found innocent.
That was air quotes. Those of you who are only listening with your ears.
Only listening with your ears.
You can watch us on YouTube, by the way.
Yeah,
If you want to see where we look like.
After the fire, the town of Cape May rebuilt itself. It rebuilt fast and big, rebuilding everything in the incredible Victorian style that defined the era and is what you can see today. So gorgeous gingerbread houses, all of that. Almost all of them were built in the decade right after the Great Fire. So essentially the entire town of Cape May was reconstructed between 1879 and 1895.
Okay.
So we have original Cape May, 1700s. We have everything burned. We have a new Cape May. And we have generations of wealthy families that return to Cape May year after year, summer after summer, people who love this place.
That sounds delightful. I want to do that.
So pretty. Yeah. Some of these people spent so much of their lives and their time here that maybe they didn't leave. There's a local medium named Craig McManus who spent decades investigating Cape May's paranormal activity. He's even written 5 books about it. According to McManus, what makes Cape May different from other haunted places isn't just the number of ghosts, it's the density. Almost every block has something. Almost every building has a presence. McManus even describes it as a town where the boundary between the living and the dead is thin.
Ooh.
All right, let's talk about some of these places.
Okay.
There's the Hotel Macomber. The Macomber was built in 1916 on Beach Avenue, right across the street from the ocean. At the time of its grand opening, it was reported to be the largest frame structure east of the Mississippi River. The hotel changed hands several times over the decades, but it became a Cape May institution. One of the places that people went to year after year, the way that you return to a place that feels like home. Which is apparently exactly how one particular guest felt about it.
Okay.
Her name was Irene Wright. Irene Wright was a single lady living her best life.
Love that for her.
Every summer she came alone to the Macomber. She traveled with a single large steamer trunk and would stay from June all the way through November, always in room 10. So Irene was kind of a character. She wore lots of perfume and she apparently was a talker. Staff remembered her as, quote, someone who could talk one's ear off.
Do we know anyone else like this?
What? I'm sorry. So she was a fixture at the hotel and she very much loved room 10. A lot of people even said it was her room, Irene's room. Irene Wright died in the 1970s, but some say she never left. Guests began reporting strange things. They reported the furniture moving, rearranging to a very specific layout or floor plan that was different from how it was.
She's like, what are you guys doing in here? Who moved the bed?
Yeah, she's like, this is no feng shui. Guests also reported drawers opening and shutting on their own, the bathroom doors slamming, and lights turning on and off. But there's more. The Macomber has no elevator. It never has, which means every guest who comes with luggage has to carry it up the stairs. So remember, Irene came every summer with her big steamer trunk.
Yeah.
Guests in nearby rooms and people who work at the hotel regularly report hearing the sound of a heavy trunk being dragged and bumped up the stairs late at night.
Oh my gosh.
When nobody's moving any luggage. They claim to hear the scraping and the thump, thump, thump of each step. And then the door to room 10 opens.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
Okay, so I have a couple of thoughts on that. Okay, first of all, I think it would be amazing to have, like your spirit be able to go back on your favorite vacation every year. That being said, I hope my ghost doesn't have to drag a trunk everywhere. That's a no, thank you. If we're putting in a request,
no carrying my own luggage in the afterlife.
Exactly.
Got it. But it gets better because Craig McManus, the paranormal researcher and medium that I mentioned earlier, he actually stayed in room 10 multiple times to investigate. During one of his investigations, he had set up a recorder and he caught EVPs.
Oh.
He caught a woman's voice in an empty room that said 3 words. I'm still here.
Oh my God. Yikes, Irene. Calm down.
It said that when Craig played that recording back in room 10 of the Hotel Macomber, the chandeliers began to flicker. It's also reported that during the months of June through November, the months when Irene would be staying there, the activity in room 10 is significantly more intense. I guess she's like checking in for the summer.
That's cool though. Wow. Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Yeah.
But Irene isn't the only ghost at the Macomber.
I love it also, Irene. She's like a cool lady. She's not like your typical lady in white waiting for her long lost husband at sea or whatever. You know what I mean? She's like, woo, I'm here for my vacation.
She's like, fine, I'll drag my own trunk up the stairs.
Yeah, that's cool.
Move this furniture back where it belongs, you idiot.
Yeah.
So there's another spirit that's reported to be at the Macomber.
Okay.
The hotel's original owner was a woman named Sarah Davis. Also, I'm just loving all these independent women.
Yeah.
Who built the property under the name New Stockton Villa. She put everything into the hotel, and things were good for a while. But in the 1930s, her young daughter died from encephalitis. And Sarah never recovered from that loss. It said she told the town, quote, "The hotel is open for business." Went for a swim in the ocean, came back to the hotel, trigger warning, went upstairs, put a gun to her head, and shot herself. Staff and guests today report they see Sarah coming down the staircase. She's described consistently as a protective presence, watching over the building that she gave everything to build.
Wow.
They say she's not threatening, but they just feel like she's still there keeping an eye on everything.
Oh my gosh.
So that one makes me a little sad.
That is very sad.
But there's more happening in Cape May.
Okay.
There's also the Union Park restaurant inside the Macomber, which won a Diner's Choice Award in 2020. So
congratulations.
Apparently the food's pretty good.
Yes.
I mean, food is important when you're traveling.
That's right.
The Union Park restaurant is said to be haunted by a former employee. People report utensils and glasses moving, flickering lights, strange interference and occurrences with electronics, and even seen the apparition of a ghost waitress.
Oh, man.
So at the Hotel Macomber, we've got a devoted guest who refuses to check out.
Yeah.
A grieving owner who didn't leave her life's work behind. And a waitress that just keeps on working.
Oh, bummer. I want to be the one on vacation.
Same. I do not want to be working in the afterlife.
No way, man. That's going to be a no.
Podcast ghosting?
Maybe. Okay, we could podcast ghost.
Yeah, it would just be like, people would be like, wow, God, those idiots are laughing again? Why are they still fumbling with this equipment?
Yeah.
So let's talk about Congress Hall.
Okay.
Congress Hall was built in 1816 by a man named Thomas Hughes, a congressman who had zero chill when it came to big ambitions.
Oh, okay.
He built this massive hotel. So massive, people immediately nicknamed it Tommy's Folly because everybody thought it was going to fail.
Oh, man.
But it became a great success.
Oh, wow. Way to go, Tom.
Yeah. The original Congress Hall burned down 2 years after it opened. There's lots of fires.
Oh, man.
But a second, even larger version rose in its place.
Okay.
That replacement underwent expansion after expansion, eventually growing to accommodate 800 guests at one time.
Wow.
In the mid-1800s, it was one of the most celebrated hotels in America. And then November 9th, 1878 arrived. And if you remember, the Great Fire.
So this thing went through 2 fires?
And the second Congress Hall burned to the ground.
Wow.
So the third version of Congress Hall was built in 1879. The builders were so desperate to reassure nervous vacationers, they constructed it entirely out of brick and then left the brick unpainted so guests could see with their own eyes that at least this one wouldn't burn.
Oh, that was going to be my idea. My suggestion.
There you go. It's like the Three Pigs.
Yeah.
That building is still standing today. It was lovingly restored and reopened in 2002 after a decade-long renovation. The people involved in the restoration have said openly that the place has a atmosphere they can't explain. The current owner, when asked what the history of Congress Hall means to him, said, quote, "The hauntedness of the place."
Ooh.
He said it just has a feeling he can't explain. Visitors to Congress Hall report all the classics: knocking on doors in the middle of the night, finding nobody in the hallway, hearing the sounds of children playing, laughing, running when no children are present, and even seeing objects move.
Ooh.
There are also reports of phantom footsteps and the unexplained sound of radios and TVs turning on. Some people even report full-body apparitions.
Ooh, full body chills.
People report seeing, I kind of love this, the apparition of a woman in 18th century dress
Okay.
carrying a parasol. I just love that little
like Mary
picture.
Poppins.
Just like walking the seaside town.
Oh, cool.
Other people claim to see Annie Knight, who managed the property from 1904 to 1931, wandering the halls.
Wow. That's a long time
Yeah.
to manage a property.
I'm just so intrigued by all of these women there doing this, you know?
No kidding.
And then others report encounters with the Watery spirit.
Uh-oh.
It's said that he roams the property, and people report that he has a sorrowful vibe when they see him. He even occasionally leaves behind traces of water where he's been seen,
Ooh.
leading people to speculate that he may be the ghost of someone who drowned.
Oh my gosh. Maybe it's the skunk.
Well, they didn't report that he was ugly or crying. They just said he seems sad.
Okay. But he leaks like the squonk.
I would pee my pants if I saw somebody and then there was a puddle of water left behind.
Gosh. Yeah, that's so creepy.
So
That's
spooky.
super, super creepy.
It also reminds me of the ring or something, you know, like out of the well. Ooh.
Yeah. I feel like every time we bring up some kind of water spirit or water ghost, it's always like, ooh,
Yeah.
extra spooky.
Yeah, for sure. So Congress Hall burned twice and came back. It seems like some of the people who had fun there also came back. I want to tell you about a ghost who really seems to be having a great time.
Okay.
Living their best afterlife. This southern mansion was built in 1863 by a wealthy Philadelphia businessman named George Allen. It's a stunning Victorian estate. It has ornate ironwork, sweeping verandas. Allen used it as a seaside summer escape for his family and his extended family for decades. The building stayed in the Allen family for 83 years.
Wow.
One of those family members was George Allen's niece, Esther Allen. And Esther, according to all accounts, absolutely adored this mansion. She grew up spending some of her happiest times there. And then later, she and her husband served as the caretakers of the southern mansion, hosted lavish parties there, and even operated a speakeasy during Prohibition.
Oh my gosh,
So
that's cool.
Esther Allen was a partier, I think,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, we might be like spirit animals.
Yeah.
Esther died in the house in the mid-1940s, and then the house eventually passed out of the family. It sat in various states of use and disuse and disrepair until 1994, when its current owners bought it and overtook a full, dramatic, meticulous renovation and restoration. They turned it into the stunning bed and breakfast that it is today, complete with luxurious, period-appropriate furnishings. And it said that's when Esther came back.
She's like, finally. This place has been a wreck.
She's like, this is a dump. honey, I'm home. The reports about Esther Allen are consistent amongst staff, guests, and paranormal investigators. What make Esther's hauntings so interesting is the mood of the hauntings.
Okay.
Everyone says she's happy. She's been described as seeming to enjoy all the renovations, like watching and like smiling, appreciating the way the house is being cared for.
That's awesome.
The word that often comes up when describing Esther is a warm presence. Guests and mansion staff report the distinct smell of gardenia perfume, which she always wore, wafting through the hallways, hearing the faint rustle of Esther's petticoats as she walks around the mansion, and finding mysteriously locked and unlocked doors. It's even been reported that Esther has been seen dancing in the parlor and gardens and sometimes checking in on the staff.
Oh, cool.
I love it. I love the idea that Esther loved the mansion so much and had so much fun there that she came back when it was all fixed up.
Yeah. She's like, thanks for getting it ready for me.
I'm back. Let's party. There's another haunted place in Cape May. If Cape May is the most haunted town on the eastern seaboard, then the Emlyn Physick Estate is arguably the most haunted building in Cape May.
Oh my gosh.
The estate was built in 1879, the year after the Great Fire.
Okay.
By a man named Dr. Emlyn Physick Jr.
Okay.
Emlyn Physick came from old Philadelphia money. His grandfather was Dr. William Singh Physick, known as the father of American surgery.
Oh,
so
interesting.
He's famous, and Emlyn inherited wealth in his early 20s. So around the age of 21, he did what any sensible young heir would do. He hired one of the most celebrated Victorian architects in America, a man named Frank Furness, and built an 18-room mansion on 11 acres in Cape May as a country retreat.
That sounds glorious.
I know. I always keep hoping that there's going to be somebody, like some long lost relative, and suddenly I'm going to be like a princess, an heiress, something.
That would be
It hasn't happened yet. The house that Furness designed is genuinely remarkable. It's built in what's called the stick style, which I looked up.
Okay.
Which just means that it has all this dramatic exposed wood elements. Emlyn moved in with his widowed mother Frances and her two sisters, his aunts, Aunt Emily and Aunt Isabella. The four of them lived in this house together like a small family unit, probably dysfunctional, retreating at Cape May each summer from their Philadelphia lives. Isabella was an invalid. She spent most of her time inside the house, confined largely to its interior. She died young inside those walls. Emily was the opposite. A socialite, warm and social, someone who filled the rooms with her big personality. Frances, the mother, was the anchor of the household, the woman whose presence by all accounts held the family together. Emlyn himself lived into the 20th century, but never married and never had children. He was described as a gentleman farmer, a man of independent means who chose a quiet life over ambition. He was Cape May's last practicing physician of the Victorian era, though he apparently didn't practice much. He's like, I'll be the town doctor.
Yeah, but you can lose my number.
So they lived in the house for decades, but it seems like they stayed. The second floor hallway is considered the most active area in the estate. Staff who work there regularly and visitors on tours consistently report a specific sighting. A woman appearing near the stairs looking into a mirror. She's described with enough consistency, investigators believe they know who she is. They think it's Aunt Emily, the socialite, the woman who loved people and parties. And they think maybe she's just kind of replaying, like it's maybe a residual, caught in this loop of her prepping before what was probably an awesome party.
Yeah.
Frances's presence is strongly felt in her second floor bedroom. Staff describe walking into that room and feeling unmistakably that there's already someone in there. Isabella, who spent so much of her shortened life confined within the house, is sensed throughout the interior. She's described as a quiet, watchful presence. And then there's the dogs. Emlyn Physick was devoted to his dogs, and the estate is reportedly haunted by them too.
Whoa.
Yep, we have ghost dogs. Multiple people have reported what can only be described as the presence of animals in the hallways and rooms of the Physick Estate. They report hearing the sounds of dogs running around and even the sensation of something brushing against their legs when nothing is there.
Oh my gosh.
I love that.
It's cool, but also it is a little creepy.
Today, the Physick Estate is run by Cape May MAC, which stands for Museums, Arts, and Culture. The Cape May MAC has been actively conducting paranormal research for over a decade.
Oh, wow.
They've collected a whole body of audio and visual paranormal evidence and have even built an entire tour around it.
Whoa.
The tour is called Voices from Beyond. During the tour, visitors listen to the actual recordings the MAC staff captured inside the house, see historical photographs of the Physick family, and look at photos of the apparitions that have been captured inside the building.
That's crazy.
It's wild.
Yeah.
With all the paranormal activity in Cape May, it's safe to say the town is very haunted.
Okay. I believe you.
So let's think about what Cape May was and is. A place where people came generation after generation to be happy. A place associated with leisure and beauty in the best weeks of the year. Maybe that's why it's so saturated with presence. Maybe people just don't want to leave.
Yeah.
Irene Wright comes back to room 10 every June. Esther Allen seems to approve of the renovations to her family's summer home. The Physick family, 3 generations of women, still seem to occupy the rooms they spent their most private hours in. So these aren't stories about violence or injustice that are holding people to a place. They're stories about love.
Yeah, that's cool.
About places we love the most, least want to leave. Chris McManus, that medium and the author of those 5 books, has said that he keeps uncovering new paranormal stories and occurrences all the time. So maybe there are still stories to be found, more voices in the dark saying, I'm still here.
Yikes.
You want to go to Cape May?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes. Well, if you want to go,
That's really cool.
they have ghost tours year round.
Oh, okay. I love it.
There's like walking tours. Cape May MAC does the Physick Estate paranormal experience. And if you feel brave, you can still stay in room 10.
Oh, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. So remember, she's there June through November. So plan accordingly.
Okay. Dragging her trunk up the stairs.
Yeah. So if you want to get some sleep, don't go during those months.
I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool.
I think so too.
Awesome.
It is so pretty there.
Wow. So that's cool. Thank you for sharing that story. I definitely want to go there. That's
Okay.
awesome.
Add it to the
Let's
list.
do it. Okay. Are you ready for Somebody Told Me?
I'm ready.
Okay, so this was sent to us by our friend Danica. She is a Key West local. She's a conch. I think her family actually is like several generations.
Like
of
deep.
Conch. Yeah, deep into the conch lore. So the funny thing about this is that Danica told us this story last year. I think it was on the last day of school that we had students. And there's this cute little local bar that has patrons buy drinks ahead of time for teachers on this day. And then teachers can go in and drink for free. Usually that tab runs out pretty fast.
That is shocking.
I'll be honest. But anyway, Andy and I were there. We saw her. She told us the story. We didn't remember it. We had to go back and ask.
I remembered it.
Not the details, though.
No.
Okay.
So I'm excited.
going to tell you the details. Okay. So we asked her, we saw her a couple weeks ago, and we said, can you please type it out and send it to us again? Because we didn't write it down on that day. So she said, here is my quick little story. Back in September 2023, I traveled to York, PA.
Oh.
After finalizing my divorce to pick up a few of my personal items that had been left at my ex-in-laws. A good friend of mine who lived in the area picked my stuff up from their home and brought it to her new home. That's a great friend right there.
That is. I would do that for you.
Yeah, thank you. Limit all contact. So her and her family had recently purchased an old farm. When I arrived, we spent a few days chatting and spending time together. The farm was quite large and secluded, far away from main roads or neighbors. While yes, I was going to PA to pick up some personal items, I was also very aware that my wedding dress was among said items. That being said, before arriving, I decided I wanted to burn the dress as a cleansing ritual to let go of the past and welcome the new great things ahead in my future.
You go, girl.
Yeah,
What's
we
up?
approve. I looked through all the boxes containing my personal belongings, but just was never ready to unzip my dress and look at it. That's
get
understandable,
that, yeah.
I knew before I arrived that this would be a difficult thing for me, as I was unsure of exactly how I'd feel when I saw it. I was so exhausted every night I was there, and I kept putting it off, thinking I'd have enough time my last night on the farm, but even that night I was drained. On my last night there, my friend asked if it was time to burn it, and I told her that I was so exhausted that I thought it would be okay to just throw it out. She said okay and started to head to take a shower, and I thought to myself, no, this is one of the main things you came to do, and it's time to just do it.
Oh, that must have been so hard.
I wasn't only physically drained, but I was also emotionally drained. However, I knew what I wanted to do, and I had to do it now or never. So I kindly asked my friend to hold off on her shower because it was something I needed and wanted to do. I was just afraid of how I'd feel seeing and holding my wedding dress again after 12 years. Let's be clear. I wasn't afraid because I wanted my ex-husband back or anything. We didn't think that, don't we?
No.
But I knew it would be emotional for me. That night, while standing in my friend's living room, I finally got the courage to unzip the bag and see and hold my dress. It was a very emotional experience. When I saw the dress, I automatically saw the young 24-year-old woman who had dreams of what her life and marriage would be. It looked like, sorry, I'm a little choked up. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I get that.
Yeah.
I think, you know, a lot of us can relate to that, right? You know, when you set out into a marriage, you have so many hopes and dreams and, you know, everything's ahead of you.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. So I think it's understandable that when you see this physical representation of those hopes, that would be really emotional and jarring and, you know, bring a whole lot of things up.
Yeah. And especially if you're still processing it, and it might feel like, even though it probably was definitely the best thing that ever happened, probably felt a little like it didn't work out. Yeah. Or, you know what I mean? Like, you messed up or something like that,
like,
you know, in that moment.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I felt sad for her, and all I wanted to do was hug her and protect her 24-year-old self.
Oh,
I saw how happy she was on that day and how far she had come since then.
I love that.
I thanked her for her resilience and innocence and told her that even though things didn't work out as we imagined, I was very proud of both of us for being strong and ultimately choosing us and taking care of us when he didn't or wouldn't.
Yes. Take care of yourself. Strong, independent woman.
Yeah,
it's like the theme of the episode.
Yeah, for real. So yeah, it was a very tough thing to see and experience. After I had my little cry in the living room, my friend and I went out at night to the center of her farm, away from her animals in the house. We lit a little fire, and once it was big enough, I embraced that young version of me, told her that we would be just fine, and then I threw my dress into the flames.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's
an image, yeah. Mm-hmm. The flames were so mesmerizing that I wanted to capture this moment via photos and a little video. My friend and I stood there until everything burned up, leaving only ash. While outside, my friend and I talked, laughed, and dreamt of my future.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
It's like the phoenix, right? Rising from the ashes.
Absolutely.
You know?
Once the dress was gone and the fire was extinguished, we both headed back inside. She went to shower while I sat on the couch reviewing my photos and videos. Everything was going just fine until I watched one of the video clips I took on my phone. In this clip, you see the fire and the dress and can hear my female friend say, "Too late now, that shit's done closed." To which a male voice replies, "Yup."
Oh,
clear as day.
Oh, I have a chill.
And then you hear me giggle in response. Now, hold on just a second. It was just two of us out there, two females. Nobody was around us. And for that EVP to be so clear and loud, you'd have thunk that male was standing right there with us.
Oh my gosh.
To be even more clear, we did not hear this with our own ears at the time it was happening. We heard nothing. Only on the video footage was it caught and heard. As soon as I heard this on my phone, the hairs on my body stood up. I was in disbelief about what I just caught on video. And a little freaked out, to be honest.
Yeah.
As soon as my friend got out of the shower and saw me, she said, "Is everything okay? Without saying anything about it to her, I told her that she needed to watch the video I took while outside. When she heard it, she looked at me and said, "Is that a man's voice?" And I said, "Yep." And we just looked at each other. She said she didn't really believe in spirits, but this was hard to debunk and not believe. We were both a little freaked out at this point. Needless to say, I had to ask her to sleep with me that night before my flight in the morning. Ha ha ha. I wasn't afraid of the male spirit because I thought it was evil or anything. It just creeped me out, and I was already emotionally and physically exhausted. In fact, it just seemed as if a spirit was overlooking the bonfire with us, wanting to be part of our conversation.
Whoa.
I have the video.
Stop it.
I do.
Okay.
I'll play it for our listeners.
Okay.
Okay. And then we can post it on our socials, I think.
Oh, awesome.
Too late now. That shit's done closed.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard it.
You heard it?
Oh my gosh.
Should I play it one more time?
It literally sounds like somebody's right there.
Yeah. I'll play it one more time.
Too late now. That shit's done closed.
Yeah. It's crazy, right? Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Wow.
We'll post that.
I wonder, I want to know who it was. I wonder if it was a familial person for her, one of her, guardians, angels, whatever you want to say, somebody who is there for her.
Yeah.
Yep, it's done. You're good.
Yep.
That
or if
kind of
it's
thing.
somebody that's just happens to be watching,
Yeah,
a
somebody,
spirit, they're just
tied
from
to
the
it.
farm. They're like, "Hey, I like what you got going here, ladies."
Yep.
Yep.
Oh my god.
That's pretty cool, huh?
That's super cool.
I mean, that seems
Whoa.
like confirmation that you did the right thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. That's wild.
Yeah. So, hey, Danica, thank you so much for
Thank
sharing
you.
with us. And check out our socials so you can see that video.
Oh my gosh. That's so crazy. Wow. You're going to love it.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you to all of you for listening to this episode of the You Two Scare Me podcast.
Listeners, you can help support us by telling everyone you know about our podcast.
Also, please take a quick minute, right now, and leave us a review. It is so helpful when you leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. It helps with our visibility, it helps with our rankings, and it really helps our egos.
Yeah, we need those kind words. Don't forget to check out our website for You Two Scare Me merch. We have things like mugs, stickers, and shirts. You can also find episode notes, photos, and more. Don't forget to find us on social media. Follow us on Instagram at You2ScareMe_podcast or our Facebook page, You2ScareMe Podcast. You can follow us on our TikTok account too. Just search You2ScareMe Podcast. No spaces.
Remember to send us your own stories of haunted hotels, seaside haunts, cryptids, aliens, or anything strange or paranormal for our Somebody Told Me segment at You2ScareMePodcast@gmail.com. That's YOUTWO Scare Me Podcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, we love the weird stories, so send them to us. Thanks for wandering through the shadows with us.
Until next time, stay curious and beware what lurks beyond the light.